school's out, blame corona, but I still got some science I could show ya. No class, no school, that's cool, throw the class on the YouTube. Even if they shut the school down, I'll get that knowledge anyway somehow. Real scholars won't stop for corona. Tune in for that science takeover.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Mrs. Finney's science class. Shout out, as always, to our HB Warriors, to all of our subscribers. We now have 164 subscribers. And to all of our visitors, thank you for tuning in from my house to your house. Let's learn science. Today, we are tackling Section 7 of Lesson 8. It's titled Chromosome Pairs. Learning objective. I can explain chromosome pairs. All right? We want to look at this essential question. Chromosomes come in many different shapes and sizes between different species, but what patterns can we find just looking at human chromosomes? We'll find out today. Let's take a look at this section. At the very top, it says fruit flies. And we've all seen fruit flies. Not pleasant, right? Not pleasant. Fruit flies have 8 chromosomes. That's it. Cells of a dog have 78. Human cells have 46. Some bacteria even have only one circular chromosome. Chromosomes come in many different shapes and sizes between different species, but what patterns can we find just looking at human chromosomes? Look closely at the 46 chromosomes in a human cell shown in figure 7. We're going to take a look at that in just a sec. Notice that some are larger or smaller than others, but nearly every chromosome has another chromosome that is the same size, shape, and stripe pattern. Like shoes or gloves, chromosomes come in pairs. Keep that in mind. Chromosomes come in what? Pairs. The 46 chromosomes are actually 23 pairs. Okay? There are 2 copies of chromosome 1, 2 copies of chromosome 2, and so on. When they are arranged on a diagram, they are often arranged from largest to smallest pair. So let's take a look at this picture. Right here, it shows that human chromosomes come in pairs. Humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes. A specific gene will be found in the same location in each chromosome of a specific pair, except sometimes in the last pair. And we'll explain why shortly. All right, so here's the image. And right here you can see it a little more up close. All right. So we have a pair, chromosome 1, 2, 3. And you want to notice that they all have similar size when it comes to their pairs. All right. So as you see, 9, it's a little smaller than 1 and 2. Okay, and then 10, it's a little smaller as well. Okay. All right, taking a look here, it says each chromosome in a pair contains the same gene. So you have 2 copies of almost every gene in your body. Also recall that each gene in an organism's cells has a specific location on a chromosome. It will have the same location on both chromosomes of a pair. For example, the gene for producing melanin in the iris will always be found in the same location on both copies of chromosome 15, no matter which cell you are looking at. Same location. If a person has 2 copies of every gene, does that mean that both copies are exactly the same? No, not necessarily. Remember that alleles are versions of genes. An individual could have 2 different alleles for one gene. A person could have one version of the OCA2 gene that would make more P protein, and one version of the OCA2 gene that would make less P protein. The combination of these 2 alleles plus the other genes involved helps determine eye color. I want to take a look at a video to explain a little bit more about this particular gene.
What makes some eyes blue and some eyes brown? The answer lies in the alleles, or versions of a particular gene, the OCA2 gene. Genes carry the instructions for making proteins, which help determine traits like eye color. Genes are found on chromosomes. Every person has the OCA2 gene on chromosome 15. However, not all individuals have the same alleles or versions of this gene. To understand this process, let's look closely at one of the cells in an eye's iris. The first step in the process of determining eye color is when the OCA2 gene is expressed and a protein called P protein is produced. People with brown eyes have alleles or versions of the OCA2 gene that cause more P protein to get made. People with blue eyes have alleles or versions of the OCA2 gene that cause less P protein to get made. The P protein helps the cell make melanin. Cells that have more P protein make more melanin. Cells that have less P protein make less melanin. Cells that have more melanin make the iris of the eye look darker brown. Cells that have less melanin make the iris of the eye look lighter blue. A person's alleles, or versions of a gene, cause a certain amount of protein to get made, and this determines the person's trait, brown or blue eyes. Although more genes than OCA2 are involved in determining a person's eye color, this is a simplified model for how genes instruct for the expression of a protein that helps determine a trait.
All right, welcome back. So now we know a little more about the OCA2 gene. All right, let's look into chromosome number 23. Okay, so the 23rd pair of chromosomes in humans is unique because the two chromosomes in the pair are not always identical. The 23rd pair is known as the sex chromosome because they contain the genes that determine a person's sex. Like the other pairs, females have two large chromosomes of the same size that carry the same genes. Each of these chromosomes are known as an X chromosome. However, in males, the two chromosomes that make up the 23rd pair are not identical to one another. Males have only one X chromosome instead of a second X chromosome. Males have a smaller chromosome called a Y chromosome. Thus, the female is written as XX and a male as XY. Both the X and the Y chromosomes contain important but different genes that carry the instructions for different proteins. For example, the Y chromosome has a gene that, when expressed, starts the process for a fetus to develop testes and prevent the development of the uterus. All right, so you want to take a look here at an image for the 23rd pair of chromosomes. All right, and so in a female, they would be the same length. Both will be XL, XX, and for male, one is a little shorter. Okay. So the male would have an X and a Y chromosome, all right? So that's where you see a difference on the 23rd pairs, where you'll see a huge difference, all right? And this is because these chromosomes determine the sex of the individual, all right? So let's get ready to wrap this up. We want to check for understanding. Select the appropriate term for each blank. All right, see right here we have our 23 pairs. Check this out. What do you know about the 23rd pair? Explain in your own words. Drop that in the comment section below. What do you know about the 23rd pair of chromosomes? I'm looking forward to your answer. Please drop it below. I like to see what you know. Drop it below. I like to see what you know. Oh, bad note, bad note, bad note. All right, here we go. Every person has blank copies of each chromosome in their body? What do you think? Every person has, you want to say 2? And each chromosome contains the same, what? Genes? The blank pair of chromosomes determines a person's sex. 23rd. Male chromosomes are, what do you think? XX, XY for males. Okay. XY, whereas female chromosomes are, what do you think? Pick anything from the selection. Female chromosomes are, you said XX? Is that what you said? I think that's what you said. Okay. All right. I'm going to check and see. Are we correct? Yay, nay. Something might be wrong here. I don't know. Yes? No? Bingo, bingo. All right. So it says every person has 2 copies of each chromosome in their body, and each chromosome contains the same genes. The 23rd pair of chromosomes determines a person's sex. Males' chromosomes are XY, whereas females' chromosomes are XX. Share this knowledge with someone you know. You know what I mean? Just when you get done, make sure you tell somebody what you just learned. It's great information. All right, so now we can answer these questions. Make sure you answer these inside of your notebook. It says, how many copies of each chromosome do you have? What's the number? Trying to figure this out. The answer is 2. Okay, good job, good job, good job. Here we go. How many copies of each gene do you have? How many copies of each gene do you have? 2. Yeah. What about this? How many versions of each gene can you have? How many versions of each gene can you have? Tricky, tricky. Maybe, no? It's tricky to write the answer right on time. It's tricky. No? Okay. Maybe not tricky at all. Okay, here we go. Answer is, what did you say? It's 2. Go figure, all 3 answers. Same number, 2. Okay? So that is it here for our questions in our notebook. All right, let's go back to our essential question. What patterns can we find just looking at human chromosomes? Nearly every chromosome has another chromosome that is the same size, shape, and stripe pattern. Go figure, right? All right. Let's get ready to wrap up for today. Yay, yay, yay. Here we go. I know you know the outro. You ready? Sing it from your heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Here we go. It's been fun. It's been real. We break it down and pick up science skills. Give yourself 2 claps just for tuning in. Come back, meet tomorrow. We can learn again. Oh, it's been fun. It's been real. We break it down and pick up science skills. Give yourself 2 claps just for tuning in. Come back, meet tomorrow. We can learn again. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.